The opposition NPP goes to the polls Saturday, June 13, and ahead of that, I'm sitting down with the Director of Elections for the party. Hello, thank you, sir, for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, really appreciate that you're going through so much pain, yet you've agreed to speak to us.
Thank you.
So what's the plan for Saturday?
Well, we are set for the election in about 247, 48 constituencies. I say so because some 28 are on hold. And across the country simultaneously, the election will be beginning at 8, ending at 3 p.m. And the counting of votes starts immediately after the close of polls. This is going to be a first-past-the-post election. What it means is that whoever wins or has the highest number of votes wins, even if it is just with a vote. And so the results will be declared right at the voting centers. You're not going to have the arrangement where results are collated and sent to the center for declaration. So we should be fine by 6 p.m. Know who have won everywhere.
How many people are expected to be voting?
Well, 143,500 people will be voting in this election, but of course some 28 of them constituencies are put on hold. But the electoral college is about 143,500.
Okay. What happened to the 28 on hold?
A number of reasons. Some of them have court decisions hanging on them. The party has to do a number of things before the election can start. So our hands are tied. There are others also arising out of requests from, say, members of parliament who feel that they are traveling and that they need to put it on hold for them to go do the exercise and come back. They are MPs, and not that apart from service to the country, they are also contestants in the election. So you just have to be reasonable to agree. The National Secretariat has had to agree to a few of them. There are some also that are part of a number of appeals that are being heard here, arising out of the vetting. And until they are decided, you cannot proceed, because it changes the dynamics of who contests and who goes out. And then you also have a few of them as a result of the party's own re-engineering, making sure that you do some grounds calculations to make sure you get the right candidates. So these have been the reasons why we put in those on hold.
Okay, but is there a new date scheduled for these 28 constituencies?
Well, the national leadership will consider that, but tentatively, some 2 weeks from Saturday, and that will be about the 27th of June, we could have most of these if they are resolved.
How much is it costing the party to undertake this exercise?
Well, some reasonable amount of money. Those are meant to be told by the finance department or the treasury.
Well, you're Director of Elections. You know what goes into it.
Well, maybe I'm not the one to give the figure out. Of course, I know exactly how much, but things change by the day, by the minute, by the second. I don't know what has been added on since yesterday, but they will be the right people to give indications of how much it's running. But some reasonable amount of money.
With this huge figure voting, are you sure that by the 3 p.m. time that you give, that voting would have ended? Do you think that you'll be able to go by that?
Oh, we should be able to go by that. On the average, we have 700, 600 people voted in a place, and so we should be able to cover it. In other times, we've had some centers close by 10. Everybody would have been or would have voted already, but you just have to wait till it's still 3 p.m. for you to draw down the curtain. So I'm certain that we'll get it.
Let's talk about security. What are the plans?
Fantastic arrangements with the police. We're getting arrangements. Police service is bringing security men to all the centers, and they are better briefed on the security situations, and so a lot of these, they do know, and it's well handled. Everything is catered for.
Okay.
I did mention that some 143,500 people are voting, but the breakdown of this is that in every constituency, you have the constituency executive committee. If MPs are in those constituencies for the NPP, they are part. You have 5 police station executives, 5 council of patrons, 5 council of elders, and then you have founding fathers who are alive and sign the party's document at the time of the registration of the party. Yes.
What happens when there are objections on the day at the centers?
The EC will handle that as part of the arrangements.
So, the party is not involved in any way. You can't go for anybody to clear you on anything.
Absolutely. Everything is in the hands of the Electoral Commission.
There could be possible issues of people's names not appearing in the register. Which of the registers are you using?
The registers are approved to be used. And once it's approved, it should be able to cater for everybody and be acceptable by everybody.
Okay. So once voting is ended, counting begins and the declaration is made right there on the ground?
Exactly. That's it.
And the winner is the winner?
The winner is the winner.
Okay.
By whatever margin.
Okay. But I also wanted to ask a quick one on those 28 constituencies. Do you have any cases in courts?
Absolutely, like I said, a number of them are in court, some are before the appeals committee, some are on hold because the party has to do some re-engineering, and some are also as a result of request on us to put them on hold because they are on official duties.
Okay, let's talk about the Talensi constituency where there's a vacant seat because the NP is now a chief. What happens to that particular seat?
Well, it's being handled. We have been having various arrangements and preparations even before the official communication of the vacancy, and so I'm sure it's one of the hottest stuff on our table. Once we are done Saturday with these primaries, we'll see us fully geared towards there.
I want to say thank you for your time,
Thank
Rini.
you very much.
Thank you.